Howdy, everybody. I'd like to talk about emotional constipation. Uh, yeah, uh, it just came to me. I guess probably somebody has said it before, but uh, you know, I'm a very poetic person, and I was just thinking about, kind of feeling stuck up emotionally, and I'm 3 days clean off of pot right now, and um, my emotions are coming back, and I'm more able to be with them. Um, and that's really a big thing in my recovery and just in being a person and being a functional, content person is really having access to my emotions and not just that, but validating them, taking time to just listen to them, and just feeling them without judging them. And, knowing that they're temporary and that they're important and they're valid. I was talking with somebody in recovery who's very depressed right now, um, and a lot of their, it exactly resonates with my story of coming from a very invalidating family, and this is somebody who's just, from what they're expressing to me, they're not being seen. They're very depressed, and their family just they're specifically her parents are just like, um, you know, we're glad that you're okay now, because she's just stuffing up her emotions. And when she really expresses herself, it gets, put down, um, and invalidated. And, I just tried to share my own experience with that I come from that. I know how that feels and how you have to constantly be fake, to you know, uh, because you get shut down so often that you learn to just not just hide away your emotions from other people, but to also from yourself. It's from my experience, um, and I just became more cut off from my emotions because I learned that this is not acceptable. I can't be angry. I cannot be sad. I cannot be have a different opinion. Like this or dislike that. If I disliked this, it was, why are you always so negative? You know, Other than saying that's, you're entitled to your opinion. I disagree, uh, but my parents were allowed to do those things. My parents were allowed to be angry. My parents were allowed, uh, but often, what I noticed is the more vulnerable emotions like sadness. Um, yeah, that's the big one, like sadness. Like you can never be sad, especially the men in my family, but even the women. There's a lot of tough women in my family. Blue collar. They work with a lot of men. They have to be tough, and um, just a lot of trauma as well. And yeah, it was always just toughen up, and that's what I learned, and to really become. This is a theme in a lot of my videos, but it's just very important to me, and something I'm working through right now. But I tend to just really intellectualize and not be connected to my emotions, and see that as a strength, and see that as I'm above, you know, people who are, because I've seen that. I don't like that in myself. I don't like to be impulsive. I don't like to be, I want to be rational. I want to, think, and that's a great quality. And I think I have that quality. I have the quality of, I can be pretty, um, what's the word, like level-headed, I guess. I can see things from either side. I'm not perfectly, because I'm human, but I'm not one to be. I think I've learned through experience that black and white thinking can be not just inaccurate. Often it is, but it could be destructive, you know. And so I've learned to try to evaluate ideas and hear different perspectives. Um, but yeah, I have my own. I have it's kind of a pseudo rationalism, like like basically ignoring the fact that I am a human. Like part of my decision making abilities, part of being me and operating in the world involves accessing my emotions, paying attention to them, um, in conjunction with, you know, thinking things and making plans and using uh, that sort of part of my brain, Um, but it's just part of it. It's an imbalance, and that's the funny thing is it actually causes more impulsive behavior. It causes more addictive behavior. If I'm cutting myself off from my emotions, it has the opposite effect. I am the emotions stick around longer. Like that phrase, "What you resist persists." It sticks around longer, and it doesn't go away. It doesn't resolve itself. It's kind of there in the background, or it pops up a lot more than it would. Um, and so I've just been looking at videos from like psychologists, and uh, there's a really good TED talk. I think I'll link it in the description. It's really great. It has like over 1 million views. It's really good, just about processing your emotions, um, and how important that is. And I just found it to be something I overlook. It's like I just want to fix things. I just want to, you know, think about things. And if I have that difficult emotion, if I have that sadness, it's like I don't, I don't have time. I don't want this. Not just that it's uncomfortable, but it's beneath me. I am too strong for this. I'm better than this emotion. Even like jealousy or those sorts of emotions. I don't. That's something I don't like to feel. You know. Jealousy, but it's like I can learn something about if I really process that and listen to it. um, I'm probably more likely to understand it and to respond to the situation in a more aware and healthy way, kind of counterintuitively, because it's like I want to avoid but maybe I'll act out in some way if I don't acknowledge and process that emotion, rather than just say, that's stupid, I shouldn't be jealous, Um, but anyway, I just want to talk about, yeah, and I think just taking to end the video. I don't like to go longer than 10 minutes, but to end the video, I just like to take time throughout the day just to like check in with myself and just be with myself, um, and it really helps, and yeah, I can be that, to be kind of corny, I guess, or whatever, or cliche, but I can be that child in me who wasn't listened to, by my parents. I can do that for myself now. Um, and yeah, it's a good feeling. And I think I'm learning how to do it more and more. I'm not perfect, but I'm so much more in touch with my emotions than I ever have been in my life. And it feels good that I'm making progress. Um, there's a lot I can do, but I am a lot better off than I've ever been. And grateful for everyone support, everyone's support. Um, yeah, I guess I feel grateful. So I'm gonna hop off to bed and hope things are well with you.